Hulu's Into the Dark anthology track record has been pretty sketchy so far. I'm Just Effing With You is the April 2019 episode. So how does it compare to the others? Is it crap? Is it worth watching? The movie is about an internet troll with OCD who is on his way to a wedding, and he stops off at a motel to wait for his sister, who is going to then be joining him at the wedding. He encounters this front desk clerk who has a twisted sense of humor, and you can never tell if the dude is telling the truth or if he's just pulling your leg. As the night goes on, the experiences get more and more weird and more twisted. Now, this episode turns out to be way darker than the beginning led on. If you've seen others in this anthology and you are about to just give up on it, this one might be worth checking out. Now, the acting and the camera work of this just add to the craziness and the weirdness vibe that's going on. I mean, you get out of focus shots, kind of like these psychedelic colors, and it's almost like you're on some kind of LSD trip at points because you're like, whoa, what's going on? I mean, you know, the screen is moving and the images and all of the colors, and then you have the soundtrack going on as well. And it adds to this feeling of unease, but it also doesn't allow you to trust what you're seeing. I don't know if I'd totally put this episode in the genre of horror, but it definitely has a lot of tension, and it even brings some gruesome moments to the screen. The funny thing about all of the characters is I didn't care for a single one of them. I mean, I didn't like them at all, not one. And so it made it really hard to empathize with them or even sympathize for them. But despite that, I found myself enjoying watching it. With I'm Just Effing With You, the pace is moving along. It doesn't really drag at all. It has some good twists and turns in it, and I enjoyed just the off-kilter humor, and while not everything clicked for me, I definitely had fun watching it. There's no sex, but some nudity, a ton of profanity, and a whole lot of violence. I give I'm Just Effing With You 4 out of 5 couches. Have you been watching the Into the Dark series? I'd love to know if you have a favorite episode. Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this review, please give it a like. Also, don't forget to share and subscribe. I'm Chris. This is Movies and Munchies. Thanks for couching with me.